Look at this guy. Oh, look at him.
Look at him. He's making people in South Florida radiant everywhere. Just stare at him, Chris Cody.
I mean, I've been staring at him, and I've already told him I loved him off air.
Chris, don't make him uncomfortable. Tony, Jeremy, settle down. He's bringing a lot of happiness to South Florida. Look at him. I must be honest with you, Sam. I have to apologize to you because I did not think that you were a 60-goal scorer. I forgive me for being an idiot and not knowing that you're someone who can score 60 goals in a season. Clearly, you knew, correct? This is something that you knew.
I don't know if this is a permanent sunburn or you guys are making me blush this early. This is nice.
Well, but that's ridiculous. 60 goals, get out of here. Like, what?
Yeah, I can't say it's a number I ever thought about. You get off to a good start and it's kind of a snowball effect.
I'm curious how you guys are with each other. Like, are we competitive over goals? Obviously, you guys want to win, but is there like talking going on, joking stuff about you getting all the goals and stuff like that, and then maybe them trying to keep the puck away from you jokingly?
Not really. I mean, there's a lot of shit talking going on in our room. That's the kind of group we have.
Who's the most? Lomberg?
Because he takes the brunt of it a lot. But it takes a big man to be able to stand up there and take it and dish it back. So, I give him all the credit in the world.
I know hockey players are respectful. I know you don't like to, bother other teams. But beating Tampa Bay after what the last 5 years have been and the turnover on the team caused by Tampa Bay, that feels extra special, different than beating anyone else, does it not?
Yeah, I think you look at the history between the two teams, obviously geographically being so close. We see each other so many times. Right from the preseason, it's some heavy battles. To be on the short end of the stick for a couple of years, to see them winning a couple times, that's a team you're trying to beat. To try and accomplish our goals.
You hate Kucherov and Stamkos the way we do, right?
Come on.
Absolutely, yeah.
And that 88, get him the hell out of here. Like Vasilevsky, get out of here.
Yeah, I mean, I think you hate them because of the success you've had, and the success they've had, and you want to knock them off their pedestal a little bit, and we're trying to get there as well.
And also just because you hate them.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I can't believe how Paul Ball has taken over this team. Now Barkov is hitting people. Like, is this a different Barkov we're seeing?
I think you saw it last playoffs, especially just how he was able to elevate his game. He's so dominant. He's such a presence out there. He's such a man amongst boys. And as everyone elevates their game in the postseason, when he's elevating it, there's only so much you can do on the other side of it. The control he has. Just in the battles, he wins every puck. He's never on the losing side of it. He's such a man out there. So it's a nice guy to have. It's a nice leader to create the path for us.
Can you explain to us what's happening in South Florida right now? Because the Panthers have been a laughingstock franchise for almost the entire time I've been alive, except for the last 5 years where you guys, this group, has built something different here that makes the Panthers reputationally something that I now trust. And the style of hockey that you played this year, which was so much different than the style you were playing 2 years ago, to see organizationally all this blossom around you. I'm curious what your life is like away from the arena as someone who has helped make and restore this market as a hockey market, because people in that area really care about this team.
There's so much that goes into it. Obviously, like you said, it starts with the culture. It was starting to turn before I actually got here. You saw the level of competitiveness they were showing, the level of talent they had here. Especially in that COVID year. It's certainly been built, and from the time I've got here for the last 3
But
years.
are you famous in South Florida? Are you famous? Like, do you walk around and anyone bothers you?
No, it's honestly the best of both worlds. You're pretty anonymous for the most part. There's a certain amount of perks, and especially around playoff time, you see the excitement around, you see the buzz around. I think last postseason was the first time we had actually seen it, and away from the rink a little bit and seeing the buzz in the area. So that's carried over till this year as well.
Give me a number of times Sam Reinhart has walked into a restaurant in South Florida and there has been a standing ovation.
A zero. Might have to go all the way.
We got to make it happen.
That is
Okay, no, but Sam, when in 1997, this Scott Mellenby and Brian Scrudlin were getting that in town. You scored 60 goals. If you were in Edmonton right now, if you were anywhere else in hockey right now doing that, would you not be met with a standing ovation in restaurants around town?
I don't know many people. I think there's a level of respect here. I don't know how many people would want that standing O. You're treated very well, but your privacy is respected here, and that's kind of the best of both worlds.
You don't want the standing ovation from the fans, but you do want the manager to recognize you so you can get that quick table, huh? No wait.
Absolutely, yeah. That's the standing ovation you want.
That is all you care about. Are you getting a lot of that at least? Are you getting it? What are some of the perks of being a 60 goal scorer in South Florida?
The best part about it is you leave the rink and you kind of park it at the rink. That's honestly the best part about it. You're not surrounded about it, with it 24/7. It's easy to separate life away at home and life at the rink, and that's kind of the way I prefer it.
I want you swept away with emotion. I am unsatisfied by your general level of stoicism and hockey face. I want to know how it is that you feel deep
Let's tickle
down.
him, Dan.
Yeah, well, in that soul that he keeps hidden because he's made of wires and he's got to go hit people, and what he does is hard for a living, and so he hides from us. He hides in the muscles and the athleticism, but I want his soul, and he's not giving it to me. And what am I to do with that? Because you're not giving me the emotion of this run, Reinhart.
I think the emotion would come from winning it all. That would probably bring out some emotion a little bit more. At the start of the year,
unsatisfying to merely knock out the Lightning now? That's where we are with the standards? Oh, just them. That doesn't mean much. You're not going to get any emotion from me there.
I think you saw it probably after the game for 20, 30 minutes, and that's it's kind of move on to the next. That's kind of how we're built. I think it's a little bit in the hockey culture. You kind of move on to the next.
20 or 30 minutes of joy, that's what you allow yourself before you have to go back to the suffering?
I mean, I live in South Florida. The other 23 and a half hours of the day are pretty enjoyable as well, just at home in the sun.
Dan, what you're not understanding is that these guys on the Panthers hang out on Las Olas. They're going to places like Louis Bassi, just hanging out. Nobody's bothering them. And they're just having a good time hanging out in Fort Lauderdale, living the life that you don't get to live in any other hockey city in America.
And Rhino is up for a new contract this offseason. I mean, he has got himself paid with this season that he's had. Hopefully we can get you to stay, maybe a little hometown discount. I'm wondering what I can do to sweeten the pot.
What can we do?
Do you need
Can we do your laundry or something?
I can
What
be your
can
driver.
we do? What can we do as a people, as a South Florida people, to keep you here?
That also, a driver sounds nice.
There we go.
Everything's laundry. It all sounds nice.
Done.
Where do you need me to pick it up?
What do you mean done?
I'll
You're
do
not
it.
gonna- what-
Dan,
You
you
said-
don't think I'll do Rhino's laundry?
No, every day? No, I don't.
Not every day.
I
Once
believe-
a week.
You don't even do
To
your
get him
laundry.
to stay?
Do you know how much that hockey laundry stinks?
Oh, it's so bad.
Like, the hockey locker room is one of the foulest places on the earth.
Do you get used to that smell?
No, there's no one who gets used to that smell.
I bet he's used to it.
It doesn't smell too bad. The technology these days, the whatever they got pumping in there, it doesn't smell too
Which
bad.
pad smells the worst?
You guys, Sam, the
I don't know,
way that
shoulder
you're
pads, maybe?
The way that your uniform,
Upset.
all of you stinks after a game, it's unholy. The way that I don't think people understand the equipment that you guys wear, what you take off your bodies is the foulest thing. It's fouler than football.
It might be. I mean, you're constantly sweating for an hour and a half, whether you're in the room, on the bench, or on the ice. Football I've never actually played, so I don't know. But are guys leaking that much? I'm not sure.
We don't have to get into this. I'm just telling you the hockey locker room. You might have gotten used to it, but the dampness of the hockey locker room after one of these games it's disorienting. You're sticking your face in a bunch of swamp ass.
Yeah, I think the worst would, I mean, you go to a minor hockey rink, that's probably the grossest. Our gear's cleaned on probably a daily basis. Trainers are doing a good job, but I mean, sure, if you're not used to it, it's probably a little gross.
I want to show you something happening in Tampa here that I was surprised by, where your team is not lovable. Your team is annoying. Your team is going to be hated for its style of play because you're very frustrating and very physical. But the city of Tampa here, they keep their word. Their city hall is Panthers colors because they are living in support of Florida hockey. Are you surprised by this? Are you grateful for this? Did you know of this?
This is the first time hearing about it. That's a nice touch. I mean, you battle on the ice, and once it's done, it's done. I kind of respect that.
That's a loser move by them.
You beat the respect out of them. You hate them, so thank you for your honor, Tampa, but he's already on the record as hating them the way that we hate them, and you can keep your lights and you can keep your city hall. I congratulate Sam Reinhart and the Panthers for finally finishing that godforsaken thing in Tampa. Thank you for doing a public service for hockey, for South Florida, for the region in general. We thank you for your service, sir.
Absolutely.
Also,
pleasure to be here to help.
On the way out, do you want in on our group chat, our Panthers group chat? Because we are fired up right now, and we knew we had a good feeling about the Tampa series.
They did. Do you want in on the group chat? Do you want any involvement in the show's group chat because they had a good feeling about the Panthers?
What's the kind of number of texts I'm going to receive after games if over under?
About 248.
Well,
240.
that's not the way to get him, Chris.
I'm just being honest, Dan. It's an annoying
Chris,
chat.
but he doesn't want to be
anything under 230. I was fine with, but 240.
Damn it!
What a negotiating! Oh, you blew it, Chris. He was going to let you in.
You're in. You know what?
No,
I'll connect you with Addy. I'll get your number.
He
It's
was
cool.
going to let you
Perfect.
in, and you scared him off with an aggressive number of texts.
It's an annoying group chat.
Free drinks at Casa Sensei, though. We'll get you. We'll see you
Sam,
later.
thank you. They're not going to do your laundry. They're only going to annoy you by text. Don't allow them into your world.
Probably good advice. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Sam.
I love you.
Thanks for having me, guys.
I love you.
It's creepy, man. It's creepy.
Love
you
you
got to
guys.
stop doing. Oh,
Yeah!